Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So the final reveals and stuff for the Dragon Ball Legends 4th anniversary has just ended. It was a very short one too, but we got a few bits of information for what will be coming in part 3 of the Dragon Ball Legends 4th anniversary. First up is the fact that those Legends limited tickets that you were able to grind up throughout the past few months, actually, they're finally able to be utilized. So you can go over to the ticket summons and be able to spend them on LF units. The ones that they showed off on the image were the Transforming Gohan. There was also Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, etc. So personally, when it comes down to that banner, I have a lot of those units maxed out, but if full power Broly's on there, then that's probably what I'm going to be aiming for, because since he got his new, equipment, I want to make sure that I have him as leveled up as possible, and I know that that'll help out significantly as well. Also, they showed off the chance time results, which, if I'm not mistaken, the numbers were 95, 99, and 36. So to whoever won, congratulations, use those crystals on the new banner, which we'll get to in a bit. And then afterwards, the last bit of kind of small information we got was something that we've already known that was coming, but the green Spirit Bomb Absorption Goku is getting his Zenkai Awakening. So I'm pretty sure this will be happening during the next reset. So whenever that happens, obviously next reset, then you guys can Zenkai the unit, use him however you see fit. Now, time for the big info, okay? And I'm actually really happy about this. We did get the announcement of the next unit that we'll be getting in the game, and it is our next Ultra as well. And that unit is none other than Super Vegito. And of course, a lot of people were speculating about this. Of course, I'm excited for it because I've been wanting this to happen for a while as well. But yes, we are getting Ultra Super Vegito. And of course, I have recorded my reaction to this announcement as well. So with that being said, here's the reaction, and then afterwards, we'll break down what he can do. Oh man, okay, what could it be like? Look, please be an Ultra. Please be an Ultra. That's all I ask. What?
Let's do this.
Wait, what? Vegito! He's getting an Ultra! Yes! Oh, you know this unit's about to go crazy. You know this unit's about to go crazy. Look at the art! Ultra Vegito! Oh, this is gonna go insane. Oh yeah, Fusion Warrior's about to be godlike now. Oh, the finger shot, okay. Oh. Okay, this is Rise and Rush. Gone. Goodbye, Buhan. I'm just as surprised as you are. Whoa. What? Wait, what? Yeah, okay, gone. Oh, the ultimate attack. Oh, end him! Gone. It's happening, bro. It's freaking happening. Oh my god. Oh man, Ultra Super Vegito, man. And now it's Ultra Super Vegito with Ultra Super Gogeta. It's a wrap. Fusion Warrior's gonna be insane.
It's Super Vegito!
I love that animation. That's so clean. Come on, bro. That's so fire. Wait, this is some music.
This is Super Vegito. Cowardly. Right, says the one who's been absorbing everyone.
Right. Oh, so that's his special skill. Okay. His special move has Blast Armor. Well, I have a strong feeling that special move is going to hit extremely hard. Wait, what? Was that supposed to be blast cover of some sort? I don't know what's going on. Okay, ultimate attack has Blast Armor. gone. Like, I'm hoping that inflicts bleed.
I was going easy.
Man, look at him. Look at him. Honestly, this Vegito sounds incredible, but there are some things that I am worried about, but hopefully we'll be able to work those out when the unit actually drops. But anyway, let's break it down. So it says Super Vegito Ultra, a yellow defense type, and tags are Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Fusion Warrior, and Potara. Z ability 3, plus 3% to strike guards damage inflicted by tag Fusion Warrior, and plus 38% to tag Fusion Warrior or tag Saiyan base strike and blast defense during battle. So they're already setting the premise for this unit and which tags you should use them on. Primarily, I guess, being Fusion Warrior and Saiyan makes a lot of sense too. And plus, again, him being a Fusion Warrior unit, he's really gonna pair up very well with Super Gogeta. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's gotta be nice. And then unique abilities, applies the following effect to self when battle starts, plus 110% to damage inflicted cannot be canceled. Okay, let that sink in. That is a buff. Oh my goodness, 110% to damage inflicted that can't be canceled, and reduces damage received by 50% cannot be canceled. So by default, he's taking half damage and you can't ever cancel that. Wow, okay, so again, obviously with him being a defense type, it's really gonna help out a lot, especially with him being a yellow unit, because being yellow in this meta is not really too good, but being able to nullify that much damage is pretty solid. Continuing, it says, applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield, plus 20% to damage inflicted cannot be stacked, and reduces damage received by 20% for 15 timer counts. So you literally get 130% to damage inflicted when he's in. That is unbelievable. Oh my goodness. And then for your damage received, you practically nullify that, or at least for 15 timer counts, by 70%. You're practically nullifying damage. Wow, that's actually really, really good. The following effects occur every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card. Restores own ki by 5, increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 4 timer counts, and inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 15 to damage received for 10 timer counts, which is nice. Again, like the way how his strike, and I guess also the blast too, it functions similarly to like Vegito Blue, where every time you land a strike arts card, you get ki back. I think his is like 5 ki or somewhere along those lines. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yes, every time you land an attack, you get ki back. So that's going to help with extending your combo, especially with the card draw speed as well. That's definitely going to help. And it's every single time that he lands an attack. So because of that, I'm assuming that the increased arts card draw speed by 1 level for 4 timer counts will probably reset every time you land a hit instead of it stacking, because that would actually be unbelievable. Or I could be wrong, but I'm more than likely, like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like the effect resets every time you land the attack. So yeah. And then of course, inflicting enemies with attribute downgrades plus 15 damage received is great, because that means that, you know, on top of the plus 30% or plus 130% to damage inflicted that he has, then he gets extra damage because he weakens the defenses of the opponent, which is great. And then also restores own health by 30% only once when it reaches 0. Cannot be canceled. This unit has endurance. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this, bro. Like, this unit has endurance. Oh my god, which means now Fusion Warrior has an endurance unit, which means that it also makes him relatively good Rising Rush fodder as well. On top of being a defense type, it actually works out very, very well. But again, there are certain units out there that would be a threat to this Vegito. Prime example would be, as I've been saying, LF, Android 17 and 18. Red unit would counter this unit naturally, and they nullify endurance by existing. So if they were to throw them in against this Vegito, use Rising Rush against him, and land the rush, Vegito would just straight up die, and that would be a waste. But I mean, Fusion Warrior does have Ultra Super Gogeta, so even though 17 and 18 is a unit that can cover 2 units on Fusion Warrior, being yellow units and blue units, you do have 2 very powerful yellow and blue units that you can use against them as well, being again Ultra Super Gogeta and Ultra Super Vegito. So not all hope is lost, but I mean, it's still something to be wary of. Continuing, knocks enemy back to long range if cover change is performed against their strike arts attack. Activates turn assist, comboable with special move arts and special arts. So yeah, strike cover, and you can follow up with a special move or special skill card. Restores own unique gauge by 10% every time an enemy uses a strike or blast arts card while this character is on the battlefield. So again, every time you take damage, obviously, you know, apart from special move, ultimate attack, etc. If it's specifically strike or blast, your unique gauge will increase. So it makes sense since he's a defense type, but that has me slightly worried because literally some of the best units in the game right now, you know, for example, MUI Goku, LF Android 1718 are red units. So yeah, he's a defense type, and yeah, if he takes more damage, he can build that gauge up, but he's gonna need extreme firepower to be able to either hold his own against red units or have enough strength to actually fight off a red unit. So again, we'll see when he drops. Continuing, it says, apply the following effects to self after enemy attack is over. Restores health by 10%, activates 7 times. That's a lot. That is definitely a lot. Restores unique gauge by 20%, which is also pretty good. That's 1/5 of the gauge full. On top of, because it says after the enemy's attack is over. So that's on top of strike and blast arts, raising your unique gauge already. So that's actually pretty nice. And shortens allies substitution counts by 1, which is okay, but realistically speaking, if it's at the end of a combo. So more often than not, that's not really gonna impact it too heavily. But unless you have like Tapion or something, but that's a whole different story. Continuing, while charging forward with a strike arts, if own unique gauge is at 30% or more, consumes entire unique gauge to counter enemies' tap shots or blast arts, dealing impact damage to the enemy. The damage from this attack is treated as strike arts damage. Abilities applied to the arts card used will also apply to the counter. The damage from this attack cannot cause the enemy to be defeated. This character's unique gauge decreases while they're on the battlefield and recovers while they're on standby. So yeah, there's actually a lot to break down with this. For starters, he is the first ultra unit with a counter, I guess. And it's not as if it's not the first time we've seen, like, you know, a unique gauge utilized as a counter, right? I mean, we literally just got MUI Goku, whose unique gauge functions like that. And even before that, the character that introduced the unique gauge, UI Sign Goku, it's not really a counter, I guess it's a dodge, but you guys get my point, right? So the fact that he has a counter is nice. And from the way how it's worded, it seems to be balanced in comparison to MUI Goku. His counter snapped. His counter is definitely snapped. But this seems a lot more balanced, which is a good thing. But also, it's said straight up, while charging forward with the strike arts, if own unique gauge is at 30% or more, it consumes the whole gauge to counter tap shots or blast arts, which means that if I have 30% of my gauge and I know you're gonna like either sit back and try to force me to vanish by doing tap blasts, or you're gonna throw a key blast, I can literally deactivate my brain, throw out strike, and counter you, and it deals damage, which is actually really, really nice. So, I mean, obviously, like, hopefully it can be utilized in a strategic way, and hopefully that counter damage is a respectable amount, because if it's not, then that'll be really unfortunate. But as a concept, it does actually sound really cool, and I do want to see how effective it'll be in real-time battle. Moving on, we have the unique abilities. Applies the following effects to itself when counter is activated. Restores ki by 20, so that's good, which means that you have the ability to be able to follow up with an attack. I mean, I don't think the counter actually allows you to follow up. Again, we'll have to wait and see, but if it does, then that'll be great. Plus 100 to strike arts damage inflicted for 2 timer counts, which means once you counter, they're saying start swinging with strike. So that's gonna be insane. And also applies buff effect, nullifies enemies' special actions that activate when changing cover for 10 timer counts. So when you counter, you get ki back up to, well, 20 ki. Your strike cards gets a 100% buff for 2 timer counts, and you nullify cover change for 10 timer counts, which is great, especially in this meta where a lot of units are really going crazy with cover changes, MUI Goku being one of them. So that's going to help out significantly. And we also have his ultra ability. If this character is the leader, applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Plus 30% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Plus 30% to key recovery, cannot be cancelled. And also, if this character is not the leader, applies the following effects to self per tag Fusion Warrior battle and support member when battle starts. Plus 5% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Plus 5% to key recovery, cannot be cancelled. Up to 3 battle members and 3 support members will be counted. So yeah, pretty much what they're saying is, for example, if you're using all Fusion Warrior, right, and you have Vegito in the leader slot, then yeah, you're gonna get the plus 30%. If you don't have him in the leader slot, then the max you'll be able to get, I believe, is 25%, which is not bad, which is definitely not bad. And also, you're gonna have to try to make that work because you also have, you know, Gogeta as well, and he's also an ultra unit. So deciding who you want to have in that leader slot is gonna be well, again, it depends. I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure there's not really a bad option because again, Gogeta's buffs are like similar in the sense of like the percentage per se. Like if he's in leader slot, then I forgot if it was like 30 or like 35 or the case. I'm pretty sure it's 30. Then if he's not the leader slot, it's like 25 or something like that. I'd have to go double check. But all in all though, I'm actually really excited for this Vegito because even though Fusion Warrior didn't really need another yellow unit, because again, there's still Majub, who's really, really good, it is nice to see another Ultra for that tag, and especially with it being a character as important as Vegito. Now, again, I've already made my point, you know, known that I'm worried that since he's a yellow unit, he might be in very, very big danger. And I do think that if they were going to make him an Ultra, for Fusion Warrior, he probably should have been a red unit because Fusamas who have corrupted could definitely get replaced. Like, I mean, obviously if you have Fusamas who have corrupted, you can definitely still use him, but there could definitely be a much more solid red unit than him, right? And I would have thought that that would have been, you know, Vegito, you know, Ultra Vegito, but it isn't, which is, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, I don't think Fusion Warrior is even in a bad spot, even with this Vegito being a yellow unit with a few red units running crazy in the meta. Because again, for example, one of them being LF Android 17 and 18, yes, they're very powerful against yellow units, naturally so, because they are originally a red unit, but 18 is obviously weak against yellow units, which this Vegito would be able to have his moment to shine against her. And not only that, you have a team where you have 2 Ultra units, both of which, even though both are also disadvantageous, but they are also both advantageous against that unit. So you will have Ultra Super Gogeta paired up with Ultra Super Vegito, and obviously if you lead off with Gogeta, then that should apply pressure, and then if they swap to 18, throw in Vegito and start getting your unique gates filled when her combo continues. So yeah, it can work. Like, I'm sure things will be fine, but it's just we have to wait and see how everything will actually play out when the unit drops. But still, I'm excited. I do want to know in the comment section below, are you guys excited that we're finally getting an Ultra Super Vegito? Note that a lot of you guys, and I quite literally mean a ton of you guys, were not only asking for this, darn near begging for this. So I'm hoping that you guys are excited for this unit as much as I am. Again, let me know in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.